Alright, I haven't made a Magic video in the last few weeks, so I'm just going to go over what's happened since I got back. Um, First things first, I opened up a pack of 2012 today, and my rare in it was Gideon's Avenger, which it's a 2/2, and whenever a creature an opponent controls becomes tapped, you put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it's a 2/2 for 2 white mana and 1 regular. But I've played 2 pack match tournaments in the past 2 weeks. One was an official one that was the first week I got back. And the other one was this week that I actually suggested and wanted to do. So first we'll go to the one last week. This was my pack. I actually paid for someone else's pack match, and the agreement was that I'd get the whole pack and the rare. And the rare was Reverberate, which is in my deck now. And I'll show that. And then I got someone else's pack minus the rare. And I heard the rare was crap. Is this the one? Yeah. Here's the Reverberate. That's in my deck now. So I have 2 Reverberates in this deck. One from M11 and one from M12. Let me find the other one. The one from M11 I was actually given for like $2. It was like the guy asked me, "Do I have $2? If I had $2?" And I said, "Yeah, I had $2." He said, "If you give me the $2, I'll give you some powerful cards." And I'm like, "Okay, that works." And he gave me some legit shit, so that's good. So now I have 2 Reverberates in my deck, but here was my pack. I had, let me move these to the side. My commons, if I can get this lure up off this wet spot on my table. My commons were Aether Adept, Stave Off, Distant Tomb, Drifting Shade, Trollhide, Siege Mastodon, Naturalize, Reclaim, Brink of Disaster, and Gorehorn Minotaurs, which has Bloodthirst. So, anyways, here, and then my uncommons were Lure, Jade Mage, which someone else got today in the pack match today, and Phantasmal Dragon. This card was key in getting me to the finals. And then my rare was Mace Enchantress. So the first game I played, it was just a single game. It was double elimination, but it was 1 game per match. First game I lost. So I went to the losers bracket, won that. Got to the semis against the same guy that I had played earlier. And what happened was I played Phantasmal Dragon. It's a 5/5 flyer for 4. It's two blue mana and 2 regular. But whenever it becomes the target of a spell or ability, you sack it. And this led into playing it 3 times. Here's what happened. So I played it the first time, and effect sacked it. So then I brought it back to my hand with Distant Tomb and then played it. And so then the second time it went away again, I brought it back to the top of my library with Reclaim. So, and then couple that with having a 5/7 Siege Mastodon because I gave it Trollhide, which it had +2/+2 and and it can regenerate by paying 2 mana, 1 green and 1 other. It got me to the finals where I couldn't draw anything, and I lost quickly. So that was the first pack match. That was last week. This week, my pack was also very interesting. My commons were Titanic Growth, Ponder, Goblin Fireslinger, Griffin Rider, Stormfront Pegasus, Giant Spider, Sorin's Thirst, Slaughtercry, Devouring Swarm, Giant Spider. My uncommons in this pack were... Oh, that's a common. Oh yeah, Mighty Leap was another common. What ended up happening is I had... One of my commons was, hold on. Are these all in the same pack? Oh, no, I didn't have two Giant Spiders. Never mind. One of my commons, I guess I got out of another pack. But yes, this Mighty Leap was one of my other common. Never mind. And then my three uncommons were Vampire Outcasts, Carnage Worm, and then my third one was O-Ring. I don't remember the exact name of it, but it's basically like Celestial Purge, only it costs one more mana. It's essentially like Celestial Purge, that's it. And then my rare was Monomania, which I never got to play actually. But I got a bye. It was a 6-person tournament. I got a bye. My first match I won 2-0. I won 2-0. First game of my first match, I played this card after I dealt 2 damage in the air with Stormfront Pegasus. So it came into play with 3 +1/+1 counters on it, which means Carnage Worm is now a 9/9 with trample. And then the second game I didn't actually play, and also ended up playing this too after I dealt damage, which makes this a 4/4 with lifelink. And then the second game I ended up playing Carnage Worm again, only without Bloodthirst, and I ended up winning that game too. And then the next game I played against a guy who drew a Grave Titan, and I got destroyed quickly 2-0. So I got to the semifinals losers bracket, won that 2-0, and then just dropped the final because I had to go anyway. So I ended up getting second place, which was $1 to my account, which isn't bad. I went 4-2, or 4-4 if you want to count it, that I forfeited the final match 2-0. So I ended up winning. I ended up going 4-4, which, considering I don't do that well in these things half the time, it isn't too bad. But today's card of the day, Carnage Worm, a 6/6 with Bloodthirst 3 and Trample. The one thing that this has a problem with is that it's very expensive. This costs 7 mana, 6 other mana, and 1 green. But once you get it on the field, especially with Bloodthirst, yeah, you're screwed. And then you have this on the field as well, which is a 4/4 with lifelink, which with Bloodthirst is a 4/4 with lifelink. So I wanted to play this card right here so bad, but I never got the mana to do it. And when I did get the mana to do it, there was no point in playing it. And I ended up using Titanic Growth a lot, especially on Carnage Worm. And then I also ended up using Ponder a lot, which allows you to take the top 3 cards off your deck, look at them, then put them back in any order, and then you can shuffle your library, and then you also draw a card. And Stormfront Pegasus was pretty much my pinger. Yeah, Stormfront Pegasus was pretty much my pinger. It was where I ended up just dealing 2 damage in the air, and then powering up Carnage Worm and powering up Vampire Outcasts. I got a little gnat on my thumb now. But that's a bit of a long video, but, you know, I can't help it. That's it. Peace.